Hey third graders, it's Mrs. Young here, and today we're going to be working on measuring the mass of different objects using something called a balance scale. So first, what is mass? Well, mass, remember, is how heavy something is. So I have a really cool rock here. It's a really neat rock. I actually have several really cool rocks that I borrowed from my sons. And we are going to see how heavy each of these rocks are. In other words, we're going to see what the mass of the rocks are. So here are my 4 really cool rocks that we're going to use today. And again, we're going to use this tool. So to find out how heavy something is, we often use either a balance like this, right? And it balances back and forth, or we can use something called a scale. And a lot of times this is actually called a balance scale. So it often has both of those words. So check out the parts of this balance scale. First of all, there's the base of it, right? And then we put this top part on, and this part can go back and forth like this, right? And I will know that it's balanced or the same on both sides if this part right here, if you see this part right there, if that is perfectly lined up with this. So right now, there's nothing in here. See, 0, nothing, and nothing, right? So they're balanced because 0 equals 0, right? But if I put, let's say this rock, this cool rock, this is some turquoise, into one of the sides, now we can see it's not balanced. See, this side goes way down, and this side is up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these different gram pieces to find out how many gram pieces it takes to make it equal or balanced again. Now here are my gram pieces. I'll show them to you. This little blue piece is 1 gram. 1 gram. And this yellow is 5 grams. The orange is 10 grams. And the dark one, this brown one, is 20 grams. Now I'm going to start with this one. I'm going to see if it works. I'm going to put this big one in here, and oh, I can see that this 20 gram piece is way heavier than my blue rock. Let's try a different one. How about I try the 10 grams? And here you can see that it's really close. And if you look really carefully, I can see that this side is just a little bit lower, which means this side is not as heavy yet. So if I add a 5, now that's too much. This is heavier because it's down lower. I'm going to take this out. Let's try the 1. All right, and now I can see that they are the same. They're balanced, which tells me that the rock is the same weight. So here's my rock. The rock is the same weight as these 2 pieces. So to find out how heavy the rock is, I need to add these together. So I have 10. Let's see if you can see that on there. It says 10 on there. Maybe you can see that. It says 10 grams plus 1 gram. All right, now think for a moment. What is 10 plus 1? It's pretty easy, right? 11 grams. So this little rock weighs 11 grams, or it has the mass of 11 grams. All right, let's try another rock now. And so let's try this really pretty cool one here. I'm going to go ahead and put it into this other side. It can go into either side. So I could put the rock here and the mass pieces here. Or if I put the rock on this side, then I would need to put my mass pieces over on that other side. So rock is here. Let's put our mass pieces in. We're going to go ahead, and again, I'm going to start with the 20 grams. Now the next one, let's try the 20 again. 20 plus 20 is 40 grams. And I can see that the balance really started to move, which tells me I'm getting close. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a 5 grams, looks like this. So now this will be 45 grams total. And I can see, based on this, that already my balance is totally lined up, which tells me that this rock is the same as 45 grams. So the mass or weight of this rock is 45 grams. Let's try that addition one more time just to check it. I have 20 plus 20 is 40, plus 5 is 45. 45 grams. Let's try one more together. And then the last one I do, I won't tell you what the final answer is. You'll have to figure it out. All right, so let's try this really heavy one. So this one really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. And we're gonna start with those 20s again. So remember, this is 20 grams. Plus 20 is 40 grams. Plus another 20, 60 grams. Now we have 80 grams. And notice it started moving. And again, that always tells me that I'm getting close. So that would be 80 grams. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the 5. So 80 plus 5 is 85 grams. And again, I can see I'm close, but this side is still higher, which tells me my rock is heavier still. So in order to get them equal, I need to add more weight to the side still. So I'm at 85, 85. So this will be 86, 87, 88, it's moving closer, 89, 90, 91. I think it looks good. Well, maybe I added one too many. Let's try taking one out. There, I think that's actually better. So that was 90 because I took one out. So this rock is 90 grams. 90 grams. Now let's prove it. And again, you're going to be trying this on your own a little bit more. So I want you to make sure that you know how to add them up. So I'm going to put the gram pieces out on my table so that you can see them. So you're going to see them on the table. You're going to see a little less of me. Let's try and bend this forward for you. Hold on. All right, so now you can really see my table. And I'm going to put them on the table and we'll add them. Right, so I have 20 plus 20 is 40, 60, 80, 80 plus 5 is 85, plus 5 more of these. See, so I can do 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. So this rock is the same as 90 grams. Right, now I had said let's try one more. So for this one, I'm going to keep it pointing a little bit more down at my table instead of at me. And I'm going to just show you what I'm doing. So our last rock that we need to try is this nice black shiny one right here. So I'm going to put it into this side of my balance scale. And now I'm going to start putting them in, but you have to think to yourself how much it is. And when we're all done and we see that it's balanced, I'll put them onto the table too. So there we go. So I'll show you first, I guess, before I put them in. There we go. Remember that one's worth 20. Here's another one worth 20 grams. Let's try just doing the ones now. So I have 40. Let's get more out. What do you think? All right, so the rock now is balanced with the gram pieces that are in the other side. So now we need to take them out and we need to add them together. So again, I'll put them on the table. Okay, so I have these two large ones to remember what they each are worth. And then I'll put these out in a really nice way. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So this rock has a mass that is the same as these gram pieces. So now your next step, you are going to open up the Google Doc that I've attached to the assignment, and your first job is to write down the mass of this black rock. Right? So look again, because when you open that up, that's going to be the first thing you're going to do. So what is the mass of this black rock?